husband's twin pretended to be him. This is my story. It is a story about love. It is a story about lies. It is a story about the truth. My name is Amelia. I am 28 years old. I live in a quiet town. I have a simple life. Or, I had a simple life. Then, everything changed. I want to tell you what happened. I want you to listen carefully. Maybe this sounds scary. It was scary. But I learned something important. I learned to trust my heart. I hope you can learn this too. Let me tell you about my husband. His name is Mark. Mark is a good man. He is kind. He is soft. He loves to read books. He loves to work in the garden. Mark likes quiet things. We have been married for 5 years. They were the best 5 years of my life. Mark works at a bank. He is very smart with numbers. He comes home at 5 o'clock every day. He kisses me. He asks about my day. We cook dinner together. We are happy. But Mark has a secret. It is not a bad secret, but it is a difficult part of his life. Mark has a twin brother. His brother's name is Luke. Luke is identical to Mark. They look exactly the same. They have the same face. They have the same eyes. They have the same hair. They are both tall and handsome. But inside, they are very different. Mark is good. Luke is wild. Mark works hard. Luke does not like to work. Mark saves money. Luke spends money. Mark is honest. Luke tells lies. Luke caused many problems for their family. He borrowed money and did not pay it back. He was jealous of Mark. He was jealous because Mark was happy. He was jealous because Mark had a good job. He was jealous because Mark had me. 2 years ago, Luke left town. He said he was going far away. Mark was sad. He loved his brother. But he was also relieved. Life was peaceful without Luke. We did not see Luke for a long time. We thought he was gone forever. Then the accident happened. It was a rainy Tuesday. I remember the rain. It was very loud against the window. Mark was driving home from work. He called me on the phone. "I am coming home, Amelia," he said. "I love you." "I love you too," I said. "Drive safe. The rain is bad." That was the last time I heard his voice for a long time. An hour passed. Mark did not come home. 2 hours passed. I was worried. I called his phone. No answer. I called again. No answer. My phone rang. It was not Mark. It was the hospital. "Is this Mrs. Amelia?" a voice asked. "Yes," I said. My hands were shaking. "Your husband had an accident," the voice said. "His car crashed. It is bad. Please come quickly." I cried. I ran to my car. I drove to the hospital. I was so scared. I prayed, "Please, let him be okay. Please." At the hospital, the doctor talked to me. He looked serious. "Your husband is alive," the doctor said. "But he is hurt. He hit his head. He has many bandages on his face. He is sleeping now. He needs time." I went into the room. I saw him in the bed. His face was covered in white bandages. I could only see his eyes. They were closed. I held his hand. His hand felt cold. "I am here, Mark," I whispered. "I am here." For 2 weeks, I stayed at the hospital. He did not wake up. The doctors said he was in a coma. I talked to him every day. I told him stories. I told him about our garden. I told him about our dog, Buster. Buster is our dog. He is a small brown dog. He loves Mark very much. Mark plays with Buster every evening. I told the man in the bed, "Buster misses you." One day he woke up. I was sitting in the chair. He moved his hand. He opened his eyes. He looked at me. "Mark," I asked, "can you hear me?" He looked confused. He blinked his eyes. He tried to speak. His voice was rough. "Amelia," he said. "Yes, it is me," I cried. I was so happy. "You are awake." He smiled, but it was a small smile. He seemed different. The doctor said, "This is normal." He hit his head. His memory might be slow. He might act a little different. Give him time. I nodded. "I understand," I said. "I will take care of him." A few days later, we went home. I was so happy to bring him home. I drove the car. He sat in the passenger seat. He looked out the window. He did not say much. We arrived at our house. I opened the door. "Welcome home, Mark," I said. He walked inside. He looked around the living room. He looked at the pictures on the wall. He looked at the sofa. It was like he was seeing it for the first time. "It is good to be home," he said. Then something strange happened. Buster ran to him. Usually, Buster jumps on Mark. Buster licks his face. Buster makes happy noises. But today, Buster stopped. Buster stood 5 feet away. He looked at Mark. He growled. It was a low, angry sound. "Buster," I said, "stop it. It is Mark." The man looked at the dog. He looked annoyed. "Bad dog," he said. He kicked at the air. "Go away." I was surprised. Mark never yelled at Buster. Mark loved Buster. He is just confused, I thought. Mark is in pain. He is tired. I put Buster in the other room. "I am sorry," I told my husband. "Buster is just excited." "It is okay," he said. "I want to rest." He went to the bedroom. I made dinner. I made his favorite meal. Mark loves vegetable soup. He loves it with fresh bread. I cooked it carefully. I wanted him to feel better. I brought the soup to the bedroom. He was sitting on the bed. He was looking at my phone. He put the phone down quickly when I entered. "Here is dinner," I said. "Your favorite, vegetable soup." He took the bowl. He tasted it. He frowned. "It is very plain," he said. "Do we have any hot sauce? Or pepper?" I stared at him. "Mark, you hate spicy food. You never eat pepper. It hurts your stomach." He paused. He looked at me. Then he smiled. "Oh, yes, I forgot. My head is still hurting. The accident changed my taste, maybe." "Maybe," I said. But I felt a strange feeling in my stomach. It was a small worry. He ate the soup fast. He did not eat the bread. Mark always eats the bread. That night, we went to sleep. He turned away from me. Usually, Mark holds my hand before we sleep. Usually, he says, "Good night, my love." Tonight, he said nothing. He started to snore. It was a loud snore. Mark never snored before. I lay in the dark. I looked at his back. He is recovering, I told myself. Trauma changes people. The doctor said so. But the next few days were worse. The differences grew bigger. Mark loved to wear blue shirts. This man wanted to wear red shirts. Mark loved to drink tea in the morning. This man asked for coffee. Black coffee. "I don't drink coffee, Mark," I said one morning. "We don't have coffee." He looked angry. His eyes were dark. "Why not? A man needs coffee." "You drink tea," I said softly. "You have always drunk tea." He slammed his hand on the table. It was a loud bang. I jumped. "Well, buy some coffee," he shouted. I was shocked. Mark never shouted at me. In 5 years, he never raised his voice. I felt tears in my eyes. "Okay," I whispered. "I will buy coffee." I went to the store. My heart was heavy. I felt lonely. My husband was home, but he felt like a stranger. I walked through the aisles of the supermarket. I bought the coffee. I met a friend at the store. Her name is Sarah. "How is Mark?" Sarah asked. I heard about the accident. "He is getting better," I said. I did not want to tell her about the shouting. "But he is different." "Head injuries are hard," Sarah said. "Be patient, Amelia. He will come back to you." "I hope so," I said. When I got home, he was watching television. He was watching a loud sports game. Mark hates sports. Mark likes documentaries about nature. I put the coffee on the table. "Here," I said. He did not say thank you. He just drank it. "Did you call the bank?" I asked. "They called me. They want to know when you will return." He laughed. It was a cold laugh. "The bank. I don't want to go back to that boring place. I want to quit." "Quit?" I asked. "But you love your job. You worked so hard to get it." "People change, Amelia," he said. He looked at me. His eyes were cold. "Stop asking questions." I went to the garden. It was my safe place. I looked at Mark's flowers. He had beautiful roses. He loved them. I saw that the roses were dry. They needed water. Mark usually watered them every morning. This man had not looked at the garden once. I watered the roses. I cried. "Where are you, Mark?" I whispered. "Where is the man I married?" One evening, we were sitting in the living room. I was reading a book. He was on his phone. He was texting someone. He was smiling at the phone. "Who are you talking to?" I asked. He jumped. He hid the phone. "No one, just a friend." "You don't have many friends who text late at night," I said. "Leave me alone," he snapped. He stood up. He took off his shirt. It was hot in the house. He walked to the kitchen to get water. I looked at him. I looked at his back. He had broad shoulders. He looked strong. But then I saw something. Or rather, I did not see something. I froze. My heart stopped beating for a second. Mark has a birthmark. It is a small brown spot. It is shaped like a star. It is on his right shoulder blade. I have seen it 1,000 times. I have kissed that spot. I looked at this man's back. The skin was smooth. There was no mark. There was no star. I stood up. My legs were shaking. I felt sick. "Mark," I said. My voice was very quiet. He turned around. "What?" "Can I see your back?" I asked. "Why?" he asked. He looked suspicious. "There was a scratch," I lied. "I thought I saw a scratch." He turned around again. "I am fine," he said. I looked closer. I walked to him. I touched his shoulder. The skin was clean, no makeup, no scar, just skin. The birthmark was gone. It was not possible. Birthmarks do not disappear. Then I knew. The truth hit me like a stone. The coffee, the shouting, the dog barking, the hatred of the job, the forgetting of the food. This was not Mark. This was Luke. My hands trembled. I backed away. I had to be smart. If this was Luke, where was Mark? Was Mark dead? Did Luke kill him? Or was Mark still in the hospital? I needed to be calm. I could not let him know that I knew. Luke was dangerous. He had a bad temper. "Is everything okay?" he asked. He was watching me closely. "Yes," I said. I forced a smile. "I am just tired. I will go to bed." I went to the bedroom. I locked the door. I sat on the bed. I could not breathe. My husband's twin was in my house. He was sleeping in my bed. He was pretending to be my husband. Why would he do this? I thought about it. Mark had money. Mark had a house. Mark had a good life. Luke had nothing. Luke owed money to bad people. If Luke became Mark, he could take everything. He could take the money from the bank. He could sell the house. I looked at my phone. I needed help. But who would believe me? They would say, "He had an accident. He is just different." I needed proof. The next morning, I acted normal. I made coffee for him. I smiled. "Good morning," I said. "Good morning," Luke said. He did not know that I knew. "I am going to the market," I said. "Do you need anything?" "No," he said, "just go." I left the house, but I did not go to the market. I drove to the hospital. I needed to speak to the doctor. I ran to the reception. "I need to see Dr. Smith," I said. "It is urgent." The nurse saw my face. She saw I was crying. "Okay, wait here." Dr. Smith came out. "Amelia, what is wrong? Is Mark okay?" "That man is not Mark," I said. I was shaking. The doctor looked confused. "What do you mean?" "The man in my house. He is not my husband. He is his twin brother. He is Luke." The doctor sighed. "Amelia, you are under a lot of stress. Trauma can make personality changes." "No," I shouted. "Listen to me. Mark has a birthmark on his back, a brown star. This man does not have it. I checked last night. It is not there." The doctor stopped. He looked serious now. "Are you sure?" "I am his wife," I said. "I know every inch of him. That is not my husband. Please, you have to help me. Where is the real Mark?" The doctor went to his computer. He typed fast. When the ambulance brought him in, the doctor said slowly. There was a lot of confusion. It was a big crash. 2 cars, we thought. Wait. He looked at a file. There was another man in the car, I asked. No, the doctor said. But a man was found near the crash site. He was also hurt. He had no ID. We thought he was a hiker who got hit. He is in the other ward. He is still in a coma. He has a broken leg and a head injury. My heart pounded. Can I see him? Follow me, the doctor said. We walked down a long hallway. We went to a different floor. It was the intensive care unit. The doctor opened a door. There was a man in the bed. He had bandages too, but I could see his arm. I ran to the bed. I pulled the hospital gown down a little on his shoulder. There it was, the brown star, the birthmark. I fell to my knees. I cried loud. Mark, it is you. It is you. He was sleeping. He looked pale, but it was him. I held his hand. It felt warm. It felt right. He is waking up soon, the nurse said. He is getting stronger. I stood up. I wiped my tears. I was not sad anymore. I was angry. I was furious. Luke had left his brother to die. Luke stole his life. Luke tricked me. Call the police, I told the doctor. Now. We called the police. 2 officers came to the hospital. I told them everything. I showed them the birthmark on the real mark. I told them about the imposter in my house. We will go with you, the police officer said. Do not go in alone. We drove back to my house. The police cars parked down the street. They did not want to scare him. They wanted to catch him. I walked to the door. My hands were sweating. I opened the door. Luke was in the living room. He was digging through a drawer. He was looking for something. He was holding Mark's bank papers. What are you doing? I asked. He jumped. Nothing, he said. Just organizing. You are looking for the bank passwords, I said. My voice was strong. He narrowed his eyes. What are you talking about? I know who you are, I said. I took a step forward. You are not Mark. You are Luke. The room was silent. The clock ticked on the wall. Tick, tock. Luke laughed. It was an ugly sound. You are crazy. I am your husband. No, I said. My husband loves tea. My husband loves his dog. My husband has a birthmark on his back. You have nothing. Luke's face changed. The fake smile disappeared. He looked dangerous. You are too smart, Amelia, he said. He walked toward me. That is too bad. I liked this house. I liked the money. I was going to take it all and leave. But now, he reached for me. I was terrified, but I was not alone. Police freeze. The officers burst through the door. They had guns. Put your hands up. Luke stopped. He looked at the window. He wanted to run. Don't do it, the officer said. Get on the ground. Luke looked at me one last time. He looked hateful. Then he went to his knees. The police put handcuffs on him. You are under arrest for fraud and identity theft, the officer said. They took him away. I watched the police car drive away. I sat on the sofa. Buster came out from the other room. He ran to me. He put his head on my knee. He knew the bad man was gone. "It is okay, Buster," I said. "He is gone." I went back to the hospital. I sat with the real Mark. I waited. 2 days later, Mark opened his eyes. "Amelia," he whispered. "I am here," I said. I kissed his face. "I am here." "I had a bad dream," he said. "I dreamed Luke was here. He was in the car with me. We argued. He grabbed the steering wheel, then crash." "It is over," I said. "Luke is in jail. You are safe." Mark cried. He was sad about his brother, but he was happy to be alive. It took a long time for Mark to get better. He had to learn to walk on his broken leg. He had to rest his head. But he was my Mark. He drank tea. He read books. He loved the flowers. He loved Buster. We went to the garden together. I watched him water the roses. "I missed this," he said. "I missed you," I said. "We are happy again now. But I am different too. I am stronger. I learned that love is not just about a face. It is not just about a voice. It is about the soul. It is about the small things. I knew my husband because of the way he loved the dog. I knew him because of the tea. I knew him because of his gentle heart. Luke looked like him, but he could never be him. Sometimes life is scary. Sometimes people lie. But the truth is always there. You just have to look for it. You have to trust your feelings. If something feels wrong, maybe it is wrong. If your heart says no, listen to it. I look at Mark now. I see the birthmark on his back. It is a small brown star. It is the most beautiful thing in the world to me. It means he is real. It means he is mine. And Luke, we do not see him. He is in prison for a long time. I forgive him, because hate is too heavy to carry. But I will never forget. This is my story. It was a hard journey, but I have my husband back. I have my life back. And I know, truly, which one is my husband. Thank you for listening to my story. I hope you never have to face such a test. But if you do, remember, trust your gut. Trust your love. You are stronger than you think. You can face anything. Goodbye for now, my friends. Be safe, be happy. And watch out for the small signs. They tell you the biggest truths.